Welcome to the Digital Maddy Show with your host and host Miithyl, a pod made exclusively for solopreneurs, artists, and coaches who wants to build their digital empire. With 15 plus years of business experience, I cover topics on personal branding, content creation, and digital marketing on the show and invite many experts who share the same passion like mine. Today we have a brilliant guest on our show. His name is Tristan. Let me welcome him with an introduction. So he wears many hats, that is strategic advisor, fintech influencer, business mentor, entrepreneur, and a board member. Chief Pencil Officer at Fintech Review, online media on the fintech industry, and the director at Strategwhy, an independent management consulting. He is also a board member of Audencia Alumni, the alumni network of Audencia Business School. And that's after a few years of international experience prior to embracing the entrepreneur life. Tristan worked in corporate strategy at Virgin Money UK in London for 5 years. His last role focus was on developing strategic partnership with fintech startups, big technology, and big technology companies. So we already have him on the studio. Let's welcome him.
Thanks for having me, Miithyl.
Awesome. So Tristan, it's a wonderful opportunity to have you onto the platform, and you've worked with the one Virgin Industry, so that's one of the role model. Like I wish to have it in my bucket list to meet him. So let's keeping the fingers crossed. Let's see when it can be. So Tristan, why don't you share your backstory with us?
Yeah, sure. So I'm a Frenchman. I lived in several countries, and I spent 6 years in London working in corporate strategy, corporate finance at Virgin Money. Actually, was initially the UK subsidiary of National Australia Bank, and then we did a carve out and an IPO, and then merged with Virgin Money. So it was a good few years working on many different strategic projects. Really cool experience. And then I left London, moved to Barcelona in Spain, and I started a couple of businesses. So as you were mentioning, Fintech Review, so covering a lot of things in the fintech industry, innovation, what's going on. And also, most of my time I dedicate on advising companies in fintech and beyond, in Europe, in the US, on where to go next. Yeah, no, it's a good time. Lots of things happening. Lots of exciting things in the startup world and in innovation more broadly.
Lovely. That's really great, Tristan. So, Tristan, you shared about Fintech Review. So, what's the story behind Fintech Review? How did it all started?
So I was following a lot what was going on in fintech and in innovation in financial services as part of my job, basically, and uh, and I was writing reports and preparing presentations. And I thought, oh, I mean, it's silly because my audience is limited. It's within a company, so I decided to start Fintech Review initially as a personal blog, and then over time it evolved, and I started interviewing people in fintech. Then people started writing for Fintech Review. I started doing media partnerships with conferences and events. So it evolved into a small media, and it's been quite interesting to keep an eye on what's going on, get in touch with so many people all over the world. And yeah, it's been a fun adventure that I think I will continue for a little while.
Awesome. That's really great to know that. So, Tristan, what basically caught your attention in fintech in the last past few weeks?
So obviously, I mean, it's an interesting time in the startup world, because there's a bit of a reckoning for many companies that were, hyper growth, and now investors are questioning the business models a bit more. Okay, well, when are you actually going to make the revenues, or like even not even taking profit, but like generate decent revenues. So it's been obviously like the weaker links in the industries that have been more visible. So the crypto industry, Bitcoin crashing, and a few actors crashing with it. So it's been interesting. The funding round of Klarna, down from can't remember, like 45 billion to like 6 billion in valuation, is also quite interesting, because buy now pay later has been super visible. Oh, it's the next big thing, and now actually people realize, well, is it the next big thing, because the margins are very, very low. So it's been a few interesting weeks.
Wow. So, Tristan, based on you, any innovations or use cases in financial services that you are really excited about?
um, I'm quite excited about embedded finance. So in the sense that when you start to embed finance and financial services within the customer journey, like much more, that's something that really, I would say, excites me. And because, like, for instance, no one cares really about the financial products. They care about what they're buying. So it can be a house, it can be a car, it can be whatever, but you actually don't care about getting a mortgage. You want to buy a house. So people don't get like, oh yeah, I want this awesome mortgage. You want a house, or you want a car. So I'm really, really interested in companies are doing that, and working that space to embed financial services much more into the customer journeys. Um, so yeah, and I think another set of things is any innovation in business financial services, because lots of stuff in retail, because it's easy, but it's harder to actually fulfill the needs of a business uh, cheaply, and you still have a lot of things to do in payments. I think that there's still many things to do.
Absolutely. So, Tristan, based on the current scenario, so what are the top of the major trends that you see in the fintech today?
So yeah, I mean, as I said, I think like one of the big trend will be probably consolidation for certain segments of fintech, because the weak fintechs will disappear, or like you see Vault in Australia, because neo banking is hard. So you will see consolidation, and big fintechs also disappearing, because they don't have a strong business model. Um, and so it will be the case in, I think, buy now pay later, neobanks. We'll see many fail or consolidate. So the big ones will buy the smaller ones. So for instance, you will see consolidation as well in brokerage. Um, that we already see, crypto brokerage or stock brokerage, because the margins are thin, and people trade less when the market is down, which is the case now. Crypto, I think, will we will see what happened there. There was lots of euphoria, and now it's back to earth, back to reality. And as I said, also, embedded finance will still continue to develop, because there's, I think, a strong demand from different industries to embed financial services much more into their customer journeys.
Absolutely, Tristan. So, Tristan, with this, we come to the end of the phase one of the interview. And as everyone knows, the phase two is all about rapid fire round, where I'm going to ask you 5 questions, Tristan. Gonna be fun ones, so don't be scared. So, let me just zoom in and make it a bit intense. All right. So, Tristan, are you ready?
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. So, Tristan, the very first question: who do you admire the most?
Warren Buffett.
Lovely, that's right. Okay, second question is okay, who's your favorite cartoon character and why?
Ooh. Um, Cartoon. Shrek,
Oh, lovely.
because he doesn't care about what people think about him.
Fantastic. Okay, describe yourself in 3 words.
Passionate, calm, uh, and bald.
Lovely. Okay, so Tristan, what is the one thing that you would like to put in the bucket list in 2022?
Buying a house.
Lovely, and wishing you all the best and congratulations in advance.
Thanks.
Awesome. So we come to the last question of the rapid fire round. Who is your favorite superhero and why?
Favorite superhero. Um, I would say Hulk because he's a big muscle guy, but actually he's a smart guy as well sometimes. So I think it's a good combination if you can get halfway Hulk.
Absolutely. It's a combination of mind and muscles.
Yeah, exactly.
So, first of all, thank you so much, Tristan, for participating in the rapid fire round. I enjoyed it, and I got a couple of understanding of how the brain works behind this entire format. So, thank you, Tristan, for that. And I'm sure that even you
Thanks.
enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was fun.
Awesome. So, Tristan, all the people who are listening to this episode, if they want to connect with you, how can they do that?
So they can obviously visit Fintech Review and subscribe to the newsletter where I write about fintech every week. I'm also quite active on Twitter, fintech_review, and then also on LinkedIn. I'm obviously quite active there as well. So these are the 3 main ways, and obviously, like on the back of the newsletter, you can always write to me on hello@fintechreview.net if you have like super interesting stories that I might have missed in fintech, and that is relevant. So yeah, many ways to reach out.
Lovely. That's awesome. So, Tristan, before we end this particular episode, what is the one message that you wish to give to all our listeners?
Um, I would say read a lot about everything and anything, because it develops your point of view about a specific topic. So I read a lot every day, and to get my head around what's going on in the world, what's going on in fintech and innovation. So that's my one thing to people: never stop reading.
Lovely. So, thank you so much, Tristan, once again for taking your time and sharing wonderful insights about the fintech world and around it. So, deep gratitude once again for you joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Miithyl.
Awesome. So, you have just listened to the Digital Maddy Show with your host, Miithil. Thank you so much for listening to our show and giving so much love. Don't forget to subscribe to our show on the podcast that you are listening to. And if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. This is Miithil signing off at the moment along with Tristan. Meet you soon with another guest and their exciting stories. But until then, keep rocking, stay safe, and don't forget to keep creating content. Ciao.